All right, so we have to talk about this scandalous fake review stuff that's happening with Superman. And what I mean by talk about it is debunk it, because it's not happening. A lot of people out there on the internet that do not want this whole franchise to succeed have created this fake story that any positive review of Superman that's showing up from critics is someone that was paid by Warner Brothers to do that. Now, take into account that Warner Brothers is bleeding money right now. They don't have a ton of money. So you think they're paying all of these critics money when they have no money. But there's more to it than that. Follow me on this. It's going to make a lot of y'all cry. All right, let's jump back to 2016 and the Shadow of Mordor. PewDiePie was paid by Warner Brothers to do an ad disguised as a review talking positively about the game. They got found out about it because there was a paper trail. They got in trouble, and since then they have been under the eye of the FTC, and they haven't had any other issues since 2016 Shadow of Mordor. Now let's jump to 2022, Rotten Tomatoes and Bunker 15. It was found that some of the critics were getting paid to post positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. All of their negative criticism went to their blogs, but all of their positive criticisms went to Rotten Tomatoes and into the score. Since then, Rotten Tomatoes has changed their criteria and their vetting process for critics and removing good or bad reviews that look to be fraudulent. A good example of that most recently is with Ironheart, where people were leaving reviews for the show before the show even came out, and those reviews were removed. Okay, so we covered Warner Brothers, we covered Rotten Tomatoes, let's talk about the FTC. It is absolutely illegal as an influencer or a critic to take money or gifts or anything at all from any company, any studio, in exchange for a positive glaring review without disclosing it as an ad. Meaning it is illegal for you to pretend that you are giving a review for something when you are being paid by the company as an ad. It's illegal. The FTC doesn't allow it. It doesn't count for just money. It's anything. If you're given special access, if you're given a gift, all of that has to be disclosed as an ad if you are doing it in exchange for that. So now that that has been placed in front of you, you'll realize how stupid it is to assume that every single critic that gave a positive review on Rotten Tomatoes is paid by Warner Brothers. They would not only be risking their status as a critic on Rotten Tomatoes, their credibility in the industry, they would be risking the reputation of other critics in their space and sending people after Warner Brothers and Rotten Tomatoes. To put it bluntly, this conspiracy theory is stupid.